Haha, you are back now here with Betty Chronix, and on this special day today, it is March 31st, the last day of March. We're here with Zoe, Betty Chronix, as you might know her, and we have been doing a lot of work, and I'm here to share with you a couple of things from her perspective. And we're going to go into an exercise that's going to be setting an intention around cannabis use. This is a topic I've always kind of written about, but I've never really spoken about it. And I'm super excited for Zoe to be here today. So how are you feeling and doing today?
I'm excited because I'm all about intentional cannabis use.
Intentional cannabis use it is. So we are going to set an intention around setting creative spaces for creative professionals. And so if you are a creative professional, whether that be website designer, coursework, content creator,
Coach, anything, consultant.
You name it.
You want to start a business?
You name it. You're a creator. So setting a creative space for yourself and getting that work done is imperative to obviously run your business or produce value. So we're going to set a quick exercise setting intention around building a creative space for yourself during your cannabis use and actually taking that and completing that objective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here we go. Close your eyes. Actually, no, I'm just kidding. We don't have to close our eyes. Okay, so let's do it real quick. So we already know our intention is we're going into work. I need to be productive, but I also need to be productive in the sense where I'm thinking, I'm loose, I'm feeling good, So for you, how do you go through, or how would you go through if you're setting intention maybe at home, because a lot of us are working from home?
Mm-hmm.
What do you need to do? Kids, no kids,
kids.
husband, where do you allocate yourself or isolate yourself in the house? Like, what are your tips to some viewers?
If you can avoid it being in your bedroom, probably the best.
Okay.
If you can add some color or memories or some kind of positive thoughts kind of surrounding you, whether that's something you draw, something you print out. We're kind of limited as to what we can bring in at this point, so just draw. Express yourself and have those expressions visible as you're creating. But have it be simple. You don't want it to be overcrowded.
Absolutely. Not cluttered. You use that word.
Not cluttered. You want to be comfortable. You want to be comfortable. And often, if I'm working, I have this little kitchen bar, and if I'm working at the little kitchen bar, because I like to stand up and have a standing up desk, I'll clean off all of it. I'll wipe it down real good, and so it has that good smell. Because I think also scents and textures come into play when you're being creative. You want
That's
it to
really
be,
important. Yeah.
And I think anything you can do to make that texture more fun, or just make it visually appealing. It doesn't have to be the same. You don't have to have this. It can be fluid. You know what I mean? I have different places in my house that I work. You don't want to feel like you're bogged down to one corner in your house.
Yeah. So extreme comfort and really being clear on how to optimize not only a physical response, so a physiological response to external stimulus, but also internal stimulus.
Cues,
yeah, exactly. That's a really good point. That's cues, a good way to put it. So, okay, now we've got our setting intention for our intention, but we talk first in the prelims of getting an environment, a setting, right? So obviously a lot of us don't have the availability. Maybe if we have kids at home, but if we don't have kids at home, we can just smoke wherever in our place. That's great, or consume cannabis however else you consume it, and you are then under the effects of it during your setting. Then my thing is, when you are, let's say, high, I wish I could use medicated. Let's use medicated. When you are medicated, what is your frame of thinking? How do you stay focused? Or if you're in the creative space, is it even focusing, or are you just letting your thoughts run around? Are you meditating?
I would say don't over medicate.
Don't over-medicate.
That's a mistake we've made one too many times.
Boom. Don't over-medicate. Rule number 1.
Kind of know how it affects you, right?
Okay.
So maybe that's experimenting with a couple times to really feel what your levels are and what brings you the most creativity.
Good point.
Once you understand that and you have a vibe for like what makes you most inspired, I would say, kind of what level you need, then just don't try to be doing too many things at once. Like set your track of where you're headed and continue that momentum, right? So if that means you're trying to come up with a new business idea or a piece of art, stay focused on that. Don't try to text on your phone. Just put your phone away for a little bit. Have that focused time, and then you can kind of track the results of like, does 30 minutes of work with no interruptions work well for me, or can I go for 60 minutes? Like, you don't want to chunk it out too long without taking a break and moving your body.
Yeah, that's a good point. Moving your body. If you can have like let's say a 4 to 6 hour commitment from your environment to give you that space in your own home where you can do the work, then what time are you allocating to the deep work, and then what kind of time are you allocating to just kind of getting external stimulus or just getting loose, right? Like getting, yeah, exactly. Like
make sure your body is fed so you're not hungry.
There it is. Another tip, another really good tip. So nutrition. So let me break it down. So we had repeat the process, learn, obviously repeat the process of your medicine to get the right dosage for yourself, to then be analyzing to see how effective you can be under what kind of medicine or dose, right? Okay, that's step 1. And then I heard focus, zone in on one kind of thing that you can, do well, and then also in that same sentence you would say, and then dedicate chunks of time. Yeah, dedicate chunks of time and isolate.
We're already isolated.
Right, but isolate your focus.
Keep your isolation in check.
Right, okay.
That's the point.
Okay, so there it is. So so while you're medicated, those are the steps that you're doing. 3 easy steps in my opinion. And you're really, in my opinion, on an overall grand scale, agree with me or disagree, but we're really just being aware. We're in a complete awareness.
Being intentional, more impactful with our use.
Yeah.
And making it like a sense of purpose towards some kind of creative work or discussion.
There you go.
And it feels good.
Yeah.
So for you, it should feel good, but it should have an intent and a creative space for you to flourish.
I think intent is the biggest word. And the reason why this is important to me is intention behind cannabis use, because there's so many different reasons we use cannabis that have nothing to do with a physical ailment. Like it could be connecting with a partner, connecting with ourselves, connecting with our kids, or doing the creative work and being in the creative space, or being more empathic or what have you. There's so many different reasons we use it, but being intentional behind them is so important, and really how we can be effective in our cannabis use and really our substance use overall. Because I talk about in my YPay Trey brand, a lot of the psychedelic science and the emerging psychedelic industry is really important and piquing my interest, and definitely going to share more
of the consciousness.
Yeah, definitely can share more content and information on that, but we have to run. We've got things to do today on a Tuesday morning, so we will jump back at you soon, and I guess stay healthy, stay safe. Yeah, and thank you for coming on to this and doing this for me, Zoe. Betty. But we'll attach all of her things, all of her social media. And let me ask you this, so for the viewers, is there anything you want to point people in the direction to, services, your brand, your social media? How can people find you online?
They can find me on Instagram at Betty Chronix.
Okay.
And nowadays I'm doing healing sessions, and I'm also doing consulting, so they can send me a message and we can explore what's best for you.
Perfect. And that's what I love and enjoy about this, because this economy is really going to thrive on us servicing each other and then providing value and greater value overall. And sharing information and growing and healing, and that's a huge thing. So more information, more content to you, I guess, next time.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep. See ya.